Hey everybody, how's it going? Today is June 9th, 2022. It's a Thursday, so you know what that means. Let's take a look at the latest edition of Monster Strike News and see what's coming up in the next week or so. Of course, we have Monster Strike Day coming on the 10th of June. You know what that means. Pick up your free items from the Luck Exchange store this week. You can get a Waku Waku Min, a Tokudama for the current event, and 5 friend mins, which refreshes your friend list as necessary. And if you have 3 or more lucky monsters, you can also pick up 2 of those temple quests that will guarantee you some gold drops, which is always nice. And of course, hopefully you haven't been forgetting to check in every day to pick up your stacking gachas that you can pull at the end of the month. Remember, you cannot miss a Monster Strike Day if you want to max it out. You can miss a few days here and there if you forget to log in or if you forget to actually play and clear a quest. Don't worry, you can still max out. But if you miss Monster Strike Day, you are absolutely out of luck. So make sure that you go in and play tomorrow, which actually could be today by the time you watch this video, to make sure you get that credit for Monster Strike Day. That is absolutely important if you want to max out your pulls. Alright? We will be getting floor number 34 for the Uncharted Lands. That will be coming on June 14th, so in the middle of next week. You can take advantage of that newest level. And here's the big thing for this news. We are going to be getting back the Secret Seas. It'll be starting on the 11th, so that's not that many days until it gets kicked off again. It will last for about 2 months, so it is in for the long haul. But of course, you know, a lot of people will probably front load their work on this, so if it's something that you're interested in, make sure you keep that in mind. And of course, as has been the case in the previous revival of the seas, the old monsters will not be coming back. We've got a full fresh batch of monsters available that you can farm for. So do know that if you missed out on like Trenova or anybody else, that's it. So you know, get excited for what's coming back with the seas. I personally have actually never finished any iteration of the seas. I have given up on all of them. So we'll see if that means I'll have an easier time the next few months, or maybe I'll actually get motivated to do something about it this month. We'll see. Honestly, don't know. There are, of course, 3 new worlds available. You will start on the leftmost, and by collecting stones, clearing the bosses, you'll be able to unlock the stages, the other stages that you can see in the middle and the right there. Nothing different in terms of how that unlocking process works. And just a sampling of some of the bosses that you'll encounter. Of course, as has been tradition, you get a alternate color form for you know, familiar monsters like Satellite on left. She gets, instead of a dark element, she's now a water type. We got Gray there in, you know, that alien dude. He's normally a fire type. In the seas, he will be a light type. And you can see some of the you know, the island bosses will have Futoflas there in dark as somebody you can collect. And of course, with these islands are these apostoloses, which are basically mini bosses on each island. Those are your really key star members that you're trying to collect and max luck for the seas here. We've got Baren and Lens on the left and Hotsok on the right. We'll see which of them is going to be the OP monster that could make a big difference. Who knows? And of course, as a case, you must have that quest whether you join as a guest or host to be able to play it. So you can't just leech off of this. You actually need to put in the effort on your side to be able to play these quests. And that quest, you get 1 opportunity to play it, which will expire in 24 hours if you just let it rot. So don't forget to play that when you get that quest. Now, there is a new feature added with this iteration of the seas, and that is this, I'm going to call it a secret sea sphere, since we'll go with the alliteration there. Basically, you will be using these items to upgrade your boat with additional items. And how do you get these? Well, the description here says it takes your total luck of all the monsters that you've been collecting during the seas for this iteration, and probably at each interval you will be getting one of these spheres so that you can increase your boat's functionality. And obviously that's a cool thing to do. You're going to be upgrading your boat to get some extra perks. Of course, I will make a separate video. Probably I'll work on it tomorrow. We'll see if it gets released tomorrow or the next day. But maybe I'll wait a day for it to actually get started to see everything in action. But I don't know. We'll see. Certainly there will be an instructional video for that. But here's just a quick overview of what these boat upgrades will do. On the top left, we have the engine, and I mean, this will be an awesome buff for sure. It will reduce the time required to travel to the next island, which is always great. And it does say that it'll scale based on level, so the more levels you put into your engine, the faster you will arrive, which was always a big bottleneck of the seas, right? You had to wait a pretty long time to be able to take on the next quest. Next, we've got a little submarine that you can invest in, and this will increase your Apostolos quest speed clear rewards. And based on the level you put in here, the rewards will be increased as well. The third one, middle row left, is a figurehead. You get to install a cute, I guess, angel there at the mast of your boat. This will increase the quest you're running on. The boss drop rate will be increased. And again, this does scale based on the level you put into your figurehead there. So that sounds like a good thing to increase for sure. You can also invest in a little boat there. I guess a dinghy, maybe. But basically, this allows you to start travel to an additional island. So you can make your way to one island and you can set off your other boat to another one, which is cool. And the last one is a reel, and this will give you an extra fishing attempt. And if your reel happens to be upgraded to level 2, you will be able to get a chance to pull up a luxurious chest. What that is, we'll talk about in a little bit, but first, just make sure that the concept of this little boat makes sense. You've got a visual example here. Let's say you are moving to that island on the left. First, you'll have your main boat heading towards that. But then you can also send off your little boat while you're traveling to that first island to a second island. Of course, you have to make sure that that's unlocked in the first place, but you will be able to start traveling in two directions and be able to essentially get two quests to play on once you hit that location, which is awesome to see. Now, they do want to clarify that regardless of if you're using your main boat or your little boat, that the bonuses that you get for your engine, your submarine, or your I already forgot the name of what it was, the figurehead, does apply to your little boat as well. So there's no penalty for arriving on a little boat or your main boat. So do not worry about that. Now, we were talking about a luxurious chest. Let's talk about the contents in there. Again, you will need to be using a level 2 allure to be able to even have a chance to pull this chest up. But what's in that chest is, first, it will give you, what the standard chest had, which was, 2 times your drops for the next quest that you play. But it also gives you one of 2 items. The item on the left is the one that instantly lets you arrive at an island. And then the item on the right in the middle area allows you to choose which quest you are going to encounter. Choose your destination, which is always nice if you're looking for a specific monster to finish up farming, right? And on top of that, you'll also be picking up 400 stones. So that is a nice luxurious chest reward. And again, we do have that item, that Torerua, treasure lure, right? That will guarantee you getting a chest, but there is nothing that guarantees you getting a luxurious chest. So if you use that item, yes, you will get a chest, but whether it's a standard chest or it's luxurious is up to RNG. So keep that in mind. But it's a nice extra boost that you can get from the fishing ability, that you can do once a day. I guess if you upgrade the lure, you can get a second one as well. And then here is just a broad look at some of the items that you can exchange for in the C's store. There's some new titles you can pick up if you haven't picked up those good job stamps, which have a pretty cool cannon sound. You can pick those up as well, and of course, your general items that you see all the time. Again, this is just a subset of those items. Make sure you actually go in game to see what is available for you to pick up. And of course, when the C's are back, we've had this concept of Boat Day that happens on the 8th, 18th, and 28th of each month. And you will see that on the left, those 3 items, you can pick up one of each at a discounted price of just 100 stones, which is nice. And on the right side, you can see that you get an extra reel, a fishing attempt for that day. So you would normally only get 1. That would bring you up to 2. And of course, if you've upgraded your reel, you get a +1 from that. So you can actually do 3 per day if you've maxed out that item. So, don't forget about that. 8th, 18th, and 28th. And that's it for the C's. Definitely exciting. But what's also exciting is we're getting a new exclusive monster in the Gekijushin side, the Guardians Gacha. We are getting Jack the Ripper. And of course, unsurprising to, I'm sure, most of you, it's a very cutesy girl instead in the world of Monster Strike. Alright, well, her debut will be coming very soon. She's jumping into the world of Monster Strike on June 10th. That is tomorrow. So, we're going to get a bunch of gacha videos, I'm sure. I am going to do some pulls, hoping to grab her, as well as some other Gekiju Shinsei monsters. So, let's see how that goes. So first, let's take a look at our first form. This is the... actually, I remember I was going to look it up, but I forgot to look it up. Anyways, here's the first form. We got Pierce and Speed as her type and sling style. We've got Super Null Damage Wall, Super Null Warp, Strike Shot Turn Charge L, Gauge Multiplier Retainment, and of course, yes, Null Block on the Gauge, and Soul Steel M as well. Strike Shot is an 8+8 speed and power up and will poison all hit enemies and will do big damage if she hits the weak point. Bump combo is a round burst and super defense down blast. I think it's like a solid kit as well, right? Super damage wall, super warp. You got no block as well. I'm sure she has some stages that she can shine in immediately, but that is not something you get from me. Take a look at that skill set and see if you can find anywhere to bring her. Form, oops, I copied the wrong image here. Actually, let me see if I can fix that live. Copy that, and then I will fix this. Alright, there we go. Alright, there you go. Here is the actual second form of Jack the Ripper. Kandimono, Kandisha, I guess what, organizer? I don't know. Let's see, gotta go back to my, there we go. And here's the second form. We've got a bounce blast type. Obviously we gotta get a blast version. No gravity barrier, super minesweeper EL. Always love that ability. Gravity barrier slayer and bump combo ×2 on the main. Gauge, we get super null, speed down wall, and strike shot turn charge L. Strike shot is an 8+8. 8+8. Turn to Pierce, and once she hits a friendly unit, she'll, move in order, as she's moving, she will do damage. But this is something you always have to take care of. Know the locations of your friendly units and see if you can actually dish out some damage that way. Strike shot is an 8+8. Bump combo is the super clone bullet and super yo-yo. Super minesweeper EL is always a nice glowing ability that I love to see. And of course, getting a gravity barrier as well as being a slayer for it is good. Bump combo ×2. Obviously, yo-yo a little weak. I'm not so sure about the super clone bullet. It's not the cross one where you get a lot more copies. So something to definitely see how it flies. But seeing that gravity barrier slayer on the main, always good as well. So yeah, we'll see if she has a big niche somewhere. I think one of these foreign people were saying the 30 on the Kinky was good, so we'll see about that. And of course, as is tradition now, for the next 3 sessions of Monster Strike Day, if you want to pick up an alternate Strike Shot voice for our newest exclusive here, Jack the Ripper, you can do that. You don't need to have the monster to pick it up, just have it in your pocket, and when you eventually pull her someday, you will be able to have the option to change voices. Now, Transcension, we're going to go with Bremen first. She is getting a new form here with super null damage roll, no block, Deity Slayer, and bump combo boost. That's all on the main. No gauge for her. Strike Shot is an 8+8 speed and power up, and she will go through walls. Bump combo is a fire follow up piercing bullet and a bump combo speed up. Sure, okay, right? I mean, Slayer on the main is good. You get a boost on the damage, which obviously only applies to the follow-up pierce, which, it's strong. But, essentially you just get damage wall and block, so I don't know what to say. Abe no Seimei is going to be this week's Transcension Kai. We'll take a look at his stats here. We got Minesweeper M, super null speed down wall, Occult Genyo, right? That's a lot of the Gozetsu quest monsters have that class type. He will be a slayer for them. And of course, Mafuji is also available. That's Demon's Bane. Solid slayers, but the connect skills is where your eyes are going to be focused on. Super null warp. Super null warp. And then all element slayer and all element resist. But the requirements is pretty hefty and gonna be interesting to think about. You need to bring a water and wood monster in your team. Now, of course, this is going to be playing with the lore that he has here, so that will be definitely pointing to bringing along Ibaragi, Doji, and who is the other one? Izumo, right? So those 2 characters, they have historical ties with Abe no Seimei, and so, if you bring those 2 monsters along, I assume you get the full, array of abilities that Abe no Seimei has here. And that's no joke. If you can sneak Abe no Seimei into a party that makes sense with a water type and a wood type, that can, it obviously doesn't need to be those 2 characters. But if you can manage a team to do that, you get that all element slayer, which is on the main. So his bump combo, the Reflect Shockwave 18 and the Super Energy Burst 5, will take advantage of that slayer. So basically anything on the map will be, he is doing extra damage to them. And then he has super balance, so if they're, a dark type, that Super Shockwave, Reflect Shockwave will do even more. And also very interesting is his Strike Shot will also speed and power up him, but he will poison all touched enemies as well. So he's probably going to find a really good buddy somewhere to work with. We have definitely seen a lot of quests, monsters that do request the assistance of somebody to help poisoning the field. And that's it for this week's Monster Strike News. Next week is going to be at the same time as usual, so tune in back here to get the latest and greatest news. Here are the next lucky monsters. We can see another Apostolos being in there, which is bad for me, and maybe I should actually finish the squid dude there. Probably focus that on Monster Strike Day. And Kane is there, which is cool to see. I've definitely not finished him. Anyways, that's it for me today. Again, the C's are coming back, which is probably the biggest thing. Look forward to another rundown video to go over how things work there. But otherwise, we'll see if I get the motivation to do that. I am 0 for 2 on actually finishing those C's events, so I'm not so sure, but we'll see. Anyways, if you like what you saw, hit the like, subscribe, and comment below. ENG Monst has all of the slides that you saw here available for you to look at any time, and of course the Discord channel allows you to talk with other folks who knows English and are pretty helpful to get you going in the game. So that's it for me today. Thank you for watching, and until next time, bye bye.